Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Cream by Perla. As always, guys, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. So, Cancer, I gotta readjust a little bit, just a tiny bit. Even if I had to move it around, but it's kind of like the energy that I'm picking up. Like there's some readjustments, there's some okay, we shook that energy off type of thing. So there was something, there may have been a health scare or a financial scare or something that kind of like may have made you feel a little restricted, or may have made you feel a little uneasy within yourself or within a situation. And again, guys, these are general readings, so only take whatever applies to you. So it's almost kind of like, okay, you got the clear, right? You got the clear, whether it's from the doctor, whether it's your finances, you're looking exactly where you're at, and maybe what you thought wasn't what it was, and then you're actually like, you're good, right? Because this is kind of like the energy that I'm picking up. Like somebody's finally realizing that something is good, something is clear, and there's space to move forward. Now, there are three hidden things. Sometimes I have to do that because, with all jokes aside, like sometimes the information is like coming in so many different ways that it's kind of like, okay, wait, let's bring it in slowly. There are three things within there are three things within the shadow, and that means that there are three things that you are avoiding either to face, or you have been avoiding to take an intention or an action on. So this could be goals that you have written down, but you have actually not started working on. This can be connections or relationships that you know that you need to walk away from, but you haven't actually done it. This can be boundaries that you need to set that you haven't actually set. But whatever it is, and again, it's going to be different for every single one of you. You know, maybe it's a budget that you know that you need to set and you haven't done it. It's almost kind of like resurfacing little by little, and it may bring certain challenges within that area in order to kind of get your attention. Like, hey, we need to pay attention to this. Like, hey, you need to take care of this like right now. So just kind of keep that in mind when it comes to this week. Other than that, I do whatever you have been avoiding that has to do with other people, like certain boundaries or walking away. A lot of you feel guilty about either setting the boundaries or about walking away, either because the other person or these people are having a hard time or whatever it is. But what you don't seem to realize is that as much as you try to support them, or as much as you try to uplift them, all they do is drag you down. Because it's like, it doesn't matter how many positive things you can say to them, or how positive you show up, or how loving you show up, or how compassionate you show up, they're still not receiving it. And it has nothing to do with you. They are going through their own thing, and unfortunately, as much as you want to be their savior, you have to understand that you're not. You have to be your own savior. You have to show up for you. So there has been kind of like this uneasy or this unbalance, because you're giving so much of yourself to others. And when you're doing that and you're not giving enough to yourself, you start to feel drained. You start to feel overwhelmed, overworked, overstimulated. So make sure that you find that balance this week, and make sure that before you extend your hand out to help someone else, that you are taking care of you. And now when I say you're taking care of you, we're not just talking about emotionally. We're not just talking about mentally. We're not just talking about physically. We're not just talking about spiritually. We're not just talking about financially. We're talking about all of it, right? All of it. And it might seem, or it may sound like it's a lot, but it is really not, right? what does health look like to you, right? Is it going for a walk every morning? Is it doing yoga? Is it dancing? Is it hitting the gym? Whatever it is, right? What does a spiritual health looks like to you? Is that meditating? Is that prayer? Is that journaling? Is that like astral projection? Whatever it is, right? Is it burning some sage? Whatever, right? For everyone it's different. What does your mental health look like? Is that reading things that are teaching you new things, right? Are you constantly learning new things? Are you constantly wanting to learn new things? Are you stimulating yourself in that way? So kind of look at it from that perspective. And I feel that once you see that, then you're able to kind of pull away from trying to be someone else's savior and instead refocus that energy on being your own savior. And the thing is that those individuals, that specific person, when they are ready to face their own demons and when they're ready to take steps into the unknown and make the changes within themselves, they will either approach you or they will start doing it on their own. But a lot of times when we are in certain positions, we feel either as leaders or as guides or as whatever, we want to do the work for other people. We want to show other people the work, and it's not like that. The best way that you can lead somebody is by example. So if you're taking care of yourself, if you are doing or living within your purpose, then that is how you lead others, because then they see, wow, they can do it, I can do it. Wow, they're pushing through, I can push through. And it's not so much that they're competing with you, it's more of you being that initial inspiration to that person. So let's pull out a couple of tarot just to clarify or to see if there's anything else that you need to be made aware of. So we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse with the Fool in the reverse and the Ten of Coins in the reverse. So again, you have been guided, or you have been, and I don't like to say so much of like a warning, but it is kind of like a warning. If you don't stop trying to save everyone else around you, then you're going to stay stuck in this energy or this space where you're always feeling unbalanced, where you feel like as many goals, as many intentions as you set, you can never see them through, because you're expanding or giving out all of your energy and not saving any for yourself, right? And a quick example of that is like, you know how some people, they work like a 9 to 5, but they have a dream of starting their own business, right? And it's like when they get home, instead of working on their business, right? And I'm not saying you can't take an hour to unwind and stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it's like, instead of spending 2 or 3 hours each night working on their business, they instead sit in front of a TV or start swapping through the phone, through social media. And it's kind of like, okay, that's what you're giving your energy to, so that's what you're going to continue to manifest, right? More TV shows that you're going to be intrigued by, more movies that you're going to be intrigued by, more things, more memes and things that you're going to be intrigued by in social media. But if you instead, discipline is one of the main things that a lot of people do not like to talk about, but is something that is very necessary, right? So you have to be disciplined, that when you set an intention for yourself, that you're showing up and you're doing the actions on a daily basis of what it is that you're trying to manifest. Now, I'm not here telling you not to watch TV. I'm not here telling you not to go to social media. I watch TV. Yes. Am I very selective with what I watch? Yes, I am. And again, that is my own personal path, right? I like to watch things that are educational, and I like dark, you know, like dark stuff, dark evil stuff, let's just put it that way, because I can connect to them or connect to certain situations at a personal level. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm evil. It's just it's things that intrigue me, and sometimes I'll hear something that then leads me down a path where I'm learning something new, right? Do I go through social media? Yeah, but not every single day. I post every single day, but I don't go through people's social media every single day. I have a one one day a week where I sit and I go to see those that I follow, whether have they been posting, I'll like, I'll comment, etc. But again, I have to be disciplined within myself, and that comes with being disciplined with showing up for myself every single morning, right? Am I doing my morning routine? Am I doing my morning ritual? Am I showing up for myself? Because the minute that I stop that, it is very easy to get off track, but it's very hard to get back on. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card. This can be confirmation to the reading, your advice, or something that you're not seeing clearly that you need to be made aware of. Number 24. The galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. So again, this is kind of like an eye-opening week for you when it comes to the game of life, right? Well, if I invest in this, this is the outcome. If I invest in this, this is where I get stuck. And that's kind of like what is being revealed to you if you choose to go ahead and have a little bit more discipline this week with whatever intention you're setting, especially with those three things that were hidden in the shadows that are resurfacing. Make sure that you're staying disciplined as those things come up and you start to take action towards them. So what is their final message for this week, Spirit? What is their message, their main focus or message for this week, Spirit? Clearing, making room for growth. That is what you're doing this week. You're making room for growth, or that is what you're being encouraged to do this week. Make room for the growth that you want to see in yourself and in your life. But that is only going to come, Cancer, when you go ahead and you take care of you, when you go ahead and you show up as your savior, in the sense, let's put it this way, or in the meaning that you're showing up for yourself and that you're staying disciplined. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you for this week. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.